Have you ever wondered what happens to your food after you swallow it? Let's take a journey through the human digestive system, a team of organs that works together to break down your food, absorb nutrients, and remove waste. Get ready, because your body is more amazing than you think. What is digestion? Digestion is the process of breaking down food into smaller molecules that your body can use for energy, growth, and repair. The digestive system is like a long, twisting tube that starts at your mouth and ends at anus. It's also called the gastrointestinal tract or alimentary canal because it's a continuous pathway for food. Main organs of the digestive system include mouth, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine, rectum, and anus. The accessory organs that support digestion include salivary glands, tongue, teeth, liver, gallbladder, and pancreas. The salivary glands, liver, gallbladder, and pancreas are part of the digestive system, but they're not part of the digestive tract itself. In other words, food doesn't pass through these, but they're important for the digestion or breaking down of food. So, let's understand the journey of food through our body. At the beginning, we put that food into the mouth. The mouth, or the oral cavity, is the gateway to the digestive system. The food we eat should be made soft and wet before swallowing so it travels through the alimentary canal easily. The teeth break the food into smaller pieces, saliva makes the food wet, and tongue helps in mixing the food well with saliva. In the oral cavity, there are 3 salivary glands connected. They produce saliva containing enzymes like amylase that start breaking down carbohydrates. The tongue rolls food around the mouth and toward the teeth that help in chewing the large chunks of food into smaller pieces. After this chewing and mixing with saliva, the food becomes a soft lump called a bolus. At the end of oral cavity, we have our throat or pharynx that connects to our esophagus where food is going to travel after we swallow our food. Esophagus takes that food from our oral cavity all the way down to our stomach. What causes food to move through the alimentary canal is the rhythmic contraction and relaxation of its muscles. The muscles in the walls of esophagus squeeze behind and relax in front of bolus. These movements, known as peristaltic movements, create wave-like motions that push the food along the digestive tract. There are tiny muscles called sphincters at the end of esophagus that opens up to let food into the stomach and keeps it from coming back out into the esophagus. The stomach has strong muscles that holds, mixes, and grinds the food up into mash. The wall of stomach has gastric glands. These glands secrete hydrochloric acid, an enzyme called pepsin, and mucus. HCl kills bacteria in food and make the environment acidic that is essential for digestion of proteins. Pepsin breaks down protein into smaller units, peptides. Mucus protects the walls of the stomach from the action of hydrochloric acid. So, the stomach mixes the bolus with acids and enzymes, turning it into a partly digested, semi-solid paste called chyme. Next stop, the small intestine. This 20 feet long coiled snaky organ is made up of 3 sections: duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. The small intestine is a highly coiled tube to fit in small space. The length of small intestine provides more time for the food to be digested and get absorbed into the blood. Chyme is released into the first part of small intestine part by part, passing through pyloric sphincter. Most of digestion happens in the first part of intestine. Here it receives 3 different secretions. Number 1. Bile juice from one of the biggest organ of body, the liver. Bile is stored in a pear-shaped gallbladder located under the liver. Number 2. Pancreatic juice from the pancreas, and number 3. Intestinal juice from the walls of the small intestine. Bile plays 2 important roles. It breaks the fat into smaller components so enzymes can digest fats easily. It changes environment of the intestines to alkaline as the digestion of fats and carbohydrates takes place in alkaline medium, so bile is crucial to digest fat. The enzymes present in pancreatic juice digest the carbohydrates to simple sugars called glucose, galactose, and fructose. Some other enzymes like trypsin, chymotrypsin, and peptidases converts the proteins and peptides into amino acids, whereas lipase converts the fats into fatty acids and glycerol. The enzymes present in intestinal juice complete digestion of carbohydrates, proteins, and fats by converting into simple components that can be absorbed by the second part of small intestine called jejunum. The intestinal walls contain small, finger-like projections called villi. Each villus is richly supplied with blood vessels and lymph vessels. The digested nutrients are absorbed into the villi and get supplied to different parts of our body. The last and longest section of small intestine, ileum, which absorbs remaining nutrients, especially vitamin B12, bile salts, and any leftover products of digestion. It connects to the large intestine through a valve, which controls the flow of material and prevents backflow. At the beginning of large intestine, there is a small, narrow, finger-like tube called appendix. The appendix doesn't play a major role in digestion. However, scientists believe it may store helpful gut bacteria and support the immune system during early life. What happens to the undigested food? The undigested food passes into the large intestine, which includes the cecum, colon, and rectum. The water is absorbed into our blood, and the remaining solid waste becomes into feces and stored in rectum. The rectum has special sensors that help to excrete it out feces through anus. How does the digestive system work with other systems? The digestive system doesn't work alone. It teams up with other systems. Number 1. Circulatory system. The circulatory system is like a delivery service for the digestive system. After nutrients are absorbed in the small intestine through villi, the blood carries these nutrients to the liver for processing, and then to the rest of the body. Number 2. Nervous system. The brain and a special gut nervous system, called the enteric nervous system, control digestion. For instance, seeing or smelling food triggers saliva production. Number 3. Endocrine system. Hormones, like insulin from the pancreas, help regulate how your body uses nutrients, especially sugars. That's the human digestive system in a nutshell. It's a complex but fascinating process that keeps us healthy and energized. If you have more questions, drop them in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more educational videos.